Yeah, you knew this was coming. I've made a few videos in the last few days. This is gonna be the last one of this streak, because it's one that had to get made. Because I have to talk about this. We have our second trailer for Ahsoka, the upcoming Star Wars Disney Plus series that is pretty much Star Wars Rebels Season 5, according to Dave Filoni anyway. So how could I be like, whatever. That's not happening. I am so excited for the show. So let's finally talk about this new trailer. So it starts out with a voiceover from the late, great Ray Stevenson.
One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
He's playing who looks like is going to be the main antagonist in this series, Baylan Skoll. And I mean, dude, just the way he impales that one guy, I was like, oh, that's brutal. I don't know, just seeing guys get impaled by lightsabers never gets old to me. And so I'm guessing that he and his younger apprentice, they are post-Empire Inquisitors of sorts, with their red, orangish colored lightsabers. And it looks like these villains, Baylan and his apprentice, what's her name, Hottie? I think that actually is this character's name. And Morgan Elsbeth, who we remember from The Mandalorian Season 2, it looks like they are also searching for Grand Admiral Thrawn.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power. Such as you've never dreamed.
So in case you need another refresher, at the end of Star Wars Rebels, Thrawn and Ezra Bridger, they disappeared into hyperspace somewhere with a bunch of Purrgil space whales. And so Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren set off on a journey to find them, or at least find Ezra. But then in Mando Season 2, we learned that Ahsoka Tano is looking for Thrawn now. Although I guess she did make a quick pit stop at Luke's school in the Book of Boba Fett. But the point is, that's where we are now. But Ahsoka is apparently not the only one looking for Thrawn. Our villains are as well. So I guess it'll be a race to see who finds him first. We see more of Hera Syndulla, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Of course, she is still with the New Republic. And so my guess is Ahsoka's gonna have a talk with her about how she has been hearing whispers about Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. And Hera's gonna be like, I know who that is. All right, yeah, let's not have that happen.
You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
And so we find Sabine Wren, played by Natasha Liu Bordizzo. Now, the dialogue we hear at this part of the trailer in particular, I find interesting. This whole part right here.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
Okay, so there is a lot to unpack there. First of all, Ahsoka walked away from Sabine? I think back to that final moment in Star Wars Rebels when the two of them got together to set off on their Ezra finding journey. So did Ahsoka at some point turn her back on Sabine? Or is this referencing some moment in Star Wars Rebels? Because I'll be honest, it's been a few years since I watched that show. Pretty much since when I made my video on it. I haven't watched it all the way through since then. I am going to before the show premieres, because I just have to, you know, to hype myself up and catch myself up. And secondly, the point where Sabine calls Ahsoka Master. Again, she might have done that at some point in Rebels, I don't remember, but Sabine calling Ahsoka Master seems like news to me. Because usually, you know, that's a Jedi Padawan thing. And we see a couple of snippets in this trailer where it looks like Sabine might just be, trying to be anyway, Force sensitive. She's on the ground, she's got her hand up like she's trying to use the Force. We even see her with a green lightsaber in a fight. Now, of course, I do remember that she trained with the Darksaber in Star Wars Rebels, so she does have some skill in bladed combat, so it might just be that. This is supported by the fact that that apprentice tells Sabine you have no power, which I take to mean you're not Force sensitive. So I don't know, I honestly wouldn't really be opposed to Sabine being Force sensitive. I mean, it can happen to someone later on in their life. You know, Leia didn't discover it until the end of Empire Strikes Back. So yeah, that'd be cool. Plus the fact that Sabine Wren was one of my favorite characters in Star Wars Rebels, that makes it awesome. But then she would still be awesome even if she weren't Force sensitive, because she's awesome already anyway. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. Moving on in the trailer, we get to Ezra Bridger's message again. And during this voiceover, we get to a scene which pretty much looks like a straight up recreation of that final scene in Star Wars Rebels with the mural, which is awesome. I think that'd be really cool if they worked that scene into this series somehow, maybe in the first episode or the second, since the first two episodes are premiering on the same day. So we'll see. Among all the snippets, we do see a life-size Purrgil. Holy shit. Yeah, connecting to what happened to Ezra and Thrawn at the end of Rebels. This scene here might just be a pretty important one. I'm looking forward to learning the context of this scene and the outcome, what happens. And then we get a pretty good money shot of, you know I gotta talk about this, our first real look at our live-action Grand Admiral Thrawn, played by Lars Mikkelsen, which is perfect because he is the one who voiced him in Star Wars Rebels.
They'll be the architects. of their own destruction.
I love it when that happens. And so yeah, we are gonna have some face-to-face experiences with him in this show. I'm glad we didn't get any dialogue from him or any context around any of his scenes, really. I don't know how much of this show he's gonna be in. That's good, you know, keep that a mystery. Let us be surprised. Good call there. The funniest thing about this trailer is that among all the awesome Star Wars Rebels-ish stuff we see, we almost forget about the Ahsoka Tano of it all. Yeah, you know, our title character played by Rosario Dawson, who fans have known and loved since Star Wars The Clone Wars. The way these trailers have been making it seem, it feels like this show is going to be less of an Ahsoka-centered show and more of an Ahsoka and crew show, which is totally not a bad thing. That's what I'd rather have. I mean, I love Ahsoka Tano as much as the next fan, but if you can also give me Harrison Dula and Chopper and Sabine Wren, I will take that. So I gotta think, the only reason this show is called Ahsoka is because that's what would really sell this show, you know? The name. Which is fair, alright, I get it. In the end, Ahsoka, I'll be honest, of everything that is coming out this year, movies, shows, games, this is the thing I am looking forward to the most. Yeah, out of everything else that's coming out this year. I just love the concept of this series so much. It ties in with The Mandalorian, and all these chapters are going to build up to Dave Filoni's upcoming movie. How exciting is that? I love Ahsoka Tano, I love Hera and Sabine Wren, I love Star Wars Rebels, I love this trailer, and again, August 23rd cannot get here soon enough. So, the official trailer for Ahsoka. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on it? And out of all the things from Star Wars Rebels we see in this trailer, what are you looking forward to seeing in this show the most? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. Let's talk about this here. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace!